Is the Nintendo NX even relevant? What games Xbox needs to bring back and haters again? This is the TheTitanfallPrincess. You know, the one that keeps it 100. The Irish princess that y'all love so much out of all the Irish princesses. Now, I seen a video from NXTGEN720 talking about the NX, and I looked in the comment section, and some people were saying he was wrong about the NX being dead on arrival, or the NX actually has a chance. And although I don't usually agree with everything someone says, in this case, NXTGEN720 is right. We can talk about Nintendo's lineup of games and cry. Yes, cry. About the masterpieces Nintendo has had in its library. But as a person that bought the Wii U at launch this gen, what did I get? A matter of fact, what did anyone really get from the Wii U? No Metroid, a remastered Zelda game, a few good exclusives here and there, no third parties to speak of. As a matter of fact, what was the last time the Wii U was actually discussed by anyone lately? Come on. What Nintendo doesn't get, while they innovated with the Wii motion control stuff, everyone else had a traditional controller. And the Wii U, comes out and you have a tablet controller, a really expensive controller, one that's not even in stock anywhere. So God forbid you ever break this controller, you're stuck looking on eBay, wherever, to find a new one, or sending it to Nintendo to get it fixed. This was the first mistake of the gen for Nintendo. And to be honest, the controller costs as much as the console itself. Number one. Now let's move on to number two. No third party. You really can't, seriously, you really couldn't make a worse move than this in gaming. While everyone else is enjoying games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and all the third parties, Nintendo doesn't even make an effort to secure a third party. And I realize how important exclusives are, but there's gotta be a point. Number three, which is now. Exclusives. This gen on the Wii U, they have been laughable, honestly. With a few good ones here and there, Donkey Kong with excuse me, I gotta wet my whistle here. As I was saying, Donkey Kong was good, Bayonetta 2 was good, even the Mario games were good. But damn, Nintendo has so many IPs at their disposal, they don't even look into these IPs. You could still buy Chrono Triggers from the eShop, but there hasn't been a sequel to the game since SNES. Risers, another good game. You had one sequel to it, but excuse me, I gotta get some water. Oh my god, my throat is so dry. I got some allergies going on here. Excuse me, everybody. Okay. You had one sequel to it by a completely different company and nothing else. What about Battalion Wars? And Nintendo dropped the ball with Mad World, because I'm sure there's people like me that remember the sequel to Mad World called Anarchy Reigns. No one bought it. The Nintendo problem is laziness. It's being comfortable with the same rehashes. It's lying to themselves as a company that was once the best in gaming. So yes, NXTGEN720 was right in this case, because people will remember the Wii U as the worst Nintendo home console to date. The worst sales. and some of the worst decisions in gaming. Hopefully Nintendo will actually market the NX the right way, and maybe things will change. But Nintendo needs to change first. Next up, Microsoft. Speaking of a company that needs to look into its exclusives and work on themselves. And work on them. And themselves. You know, people will say I jump ship, that I hate Xbox, that I hate the games, but never look at it from my perspective. My perspective is, as a person who owns all three consoles, who owns almost every exclusive on all three, who enjoys the good times of Xbox, and as a person that's tired of seeing Xbox make bad moves as a company. I'm not one of those people pretending to be pro Xbox without showing you the consoles or the games I talk about, which I've done. Basically, there's really no Xbox game you can actually tell me about that I haven't played or owned. So I'll call Microsoft out on dumb shit. I'll call any console out on dumb shit. Let's get that straight. Like my main gripe of them not securing Titanfall 2. After the first Titanfall's combined sales on all platforms are beyond 10 million. 10 million sales for a new series. And instead of investing money in that, we get Quantum Break or Robo Raid. So, when Microsoft have games like Jade Empire, Dead or Alive at one point, Ninja Gaiden at one point, Sunset Overdrive, why the hell aren't we getting Jade Empire when I know for a fact, Jade Empire 2, excuse me, when I know for a fact, okay, just announcing the game would bring a hype levels beyond 9,000. Where games like MechAssault, I don't want 4-hour games or annual releases. We want, as gamers, as Xbox, or whatever the heck you want to call yourself, games. We want games. But not just any game. Games that define the Xbox experience. Microsoft has the money to make another Knights of Old Republic, Jade Empire, or secure games like Secure Dead or Secure Dead or Alive 6, excuse me, and boost a new Ninja Gaiden or make a sequel to Ninja Blade. But they're not doing it. Just imagine an exclusive Dead to Rights game on the Xbox. YouTube would blow the fuck up. Maybe I'm thinking too ambitious. Maybe I am. I don't know. Just my opinion. But just my take again. And my opinion. And to the people that don't like what I say, I'm not going to beg you to like anything or agree with me 100%. That's not who I am. Just don't tweet me about it. I get enough hate in the YouTube community. I'm a person without a console home. If you guys understand what that means. And just imagine if most of the console warriors actually told the truth for once. But I'll save that for another video. This is TheTitanfallPrincess. I'm out of here later. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And you know why? Because you know the TheTitanfallPrincess keeps it 100. And you know you love me.